What turns an ordinary winter night into pure magic? 3 billion twinkling lights across America. Tonight, I'll show you the secrets professional decorators keep under wraps, from creating that perfect warm white glow to breathtaking musical displays. And here's the twist. Mastering voltage drop and animation control boards made all the difference for me. Ready to turn your house into the neighborhood showstopper? Let's light it up! Have you ever felt that comforting glow of nostalgia when Christmas lights come on for the first time? For me, they've always been more than decorations. They're tiny sparks of magic that brighten not just a room, but your heart. Every year, as the holidays approach, I find myself lost in memories. Christmas lights transport me to some of the happiest moments of my life. From marveling at glowing displays as a child to designing my own as an adult, they've always been part of my story. But let me tell you, it wasn't always smooth sailing. There were plenty of funny, frustrating, and downright enlightening lessons along the way. Christmas lights are about more than aesthetics. They're about connection, hope, and creativity. Whether it's a grand outdoor display or a simple string around the living room, their magic lies in how they make everything feel warm and special. Today, I'll share my journey of how these twinkling lights became such a meaningful part of my life, and maybe inspire you to create your own little holiday magic. Can you remember the first time you truly saw Christmas lights? For me, it was pure wonder. I was 7 years old, and overnight, our neighborhood transformed into a sparkling wonderland. Trees glittered with colorful bulbs, porches gleamed with glowing candy canes, and rooftops twinkled in golden hues. But one house stood out, a masterpiece at the end of the cul-de-sac. This house had it all, lights covering every inch, a giant glowing Santa waving from the roof, and patterns of color dancing to holiday music. It was a story told through light and sound, and it left me mesmerized. I pressed my face to the cold car window as we passed, longing to create something like that someday. "Why don't we have lights like that?" I asked my parents. My mom smiled and said, "One day you will." That night, a spark ignited in me, a love for Christmas lights that would shape my future. When I decorated my first home, I was torn between excitement and overwhelm. Should I stick with classic white lights or go bold with vibrant LEDs? Should I wrap the roof, line the walkway, or focus on the bushes? The options felt endless, but I knew I had to start somewhere. I picked up a few strands of lights, wrapped the porch railing, and placed a simple star above the door. It wasn't extravagant, but plugging in those lights and watching them glow filled me with pride. My modest display wasn't perfect, but it was mine. Of course, it wasn't without challenges. Extension cords tangled, clips refused to hold, and half a strand went dark after I'd already hung it up. That's when I discovered the magic of Christmas light testers and repair kits. They saved both my display and my sanity. Over time, I learned to layer lights, plan layouts, and add fun accents like projectors. By the end of that first year, my little wonderland brought unexpected joy, not just to me, but to my neighbors. People stopped to compliment my efforts, and kids pointed excitedly at the glowing star. It wasn't about being the best display on the street. It was about the happiness those lights brought to everyone who saw them. What makes Christmas lights truly magical is their ability to bring people together. That first year, my modest display sparked connections I never anticipated. Neighbors I'd only waved to before stopped by to chat, sharing decorating tips and funny stories. What started as a solo project turned into a community tradition. One evening, Mrs. Harper, an elderly neighbor, knocked on my door with cookies. She told me how my lights reminded her of her late husband, who used to create elaborate displays with synchronized music and projectors. Her eyes filled with tears as she shared those memories, and I realized how much joy something as simple as lights could bring. At home, decorating became a family tradition. My siblings joined in, each adding their own creativity. We debated where to place lights, teased each other over tangled cords, and laughed over our shared triumphs and mishaps. The result wasn't just a glowing home, it was a glowing heart, filled with the warmth of shared moments. Every strand of lights tells a story, and my journey is full of lessons. First, preparation is everything. Untangling cords in freezing weather is no fun. I learned to store lights in labeled boxes to save hours of frustration. Next, troubleshooting became my superpower. I'll never forget the night half my display went dark. A Christmas light tester helped me find and fix the problem, saving the day. And switching to LED lights was a game changer. Not only are they energy efficient, but they last longer and stay cool, making them safer for ambitious setups. The most valuable lesson, though, was embracing imperfection. Not every strand will hang perfectly, and that's okay. Each year, I take what I've learned to make my display better, but the joy is in the process, not perfection. Christmas lights, at their core, are about spreading happiness, one glowing bulb at a time. If you're starting your Christmas lighting journey, here are a few tips to make it easier. First, start small. You don't need an extravagant display on your first try. Begin with outdoor lights around your porch or bushes, or use light nets for a polished look without much effort. Invest in tools like light clips for neat setups and timers to automatically turn your lights on and off. LEDs are a must. They save energy, last longer, and shine brighter. And remember to test your lights before hanging them. A few minutes of preparation can save you hours of frustration. Most importantly, let your creativity shine. Mix colors, experiment with patterns, and have fun. Your display doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to bring joy to you and those who see it. Christmas lights don't have to disappear when the season ends. They're versatile enough to create magic year-round. I've used outdoor lights to transform my backyard into a cozy retreat for summer barbecues and quiet evenings. Indoors, I've wrapped LEDs around mirrors and bookshelves to add a warm glow to everyday spaces. For special occasions, Christmas lights are a hit. They've lit up birthdays, romantic dinners, and even weddings. Their beauty lies in their ability to adapt to any celebration, creating unforgettable atmospheres. More than that, these lights remind me to find joy in the simple things. Even beyond the holidays, their warm glow brings back memories of connection and happiness. As I reflect on my journey with Christmas lights, I realize they're more than decorations. They're storytellers. They weave memories of childhood wonder, family traditions, and community connections. Each strand holds a lesson, a laugh, or a moment of joy. Christmas lights connect us. Whether it's a small, glowing strand in a window or a dazzling, synchronized display, they bring people together in the spirit of the season. Through every tangled wire and faulty bulb, I've learned to embrace the imperfections that make the process meaningful. So this holiday season, remember, it's not about perfection. It's about the memories, the moments, and the magic these little lights create. Let your display reflect the joy of the season and share your own story of holiday magic.